Good morning. I'm here in London for the London Marathon. I put out a TikTok a couple of days ago, just promoting that if there's any customers wearing a cap, I'd love to get some footage of them. It went absolutely ballistic with hundreds, I mean literally hundreds of people thinking I was offering to send them a free cap and get some footage of them, which is obviously going to be quite tricky, but the traction in itself was amazing, so can't really complain about that. Across the platform, it's got all about 20,000 views, which is wild, but it's absolutely glorious here in London, and I think race day is going to be really, really cool. It's been an amazing week, to be honest. Made enough noise about last week being rubbish, but this week picked up loads and loads of pre-order sales and loads of people ordering for the London Marathon. I've only got a few caps here with me in London to send, so I'm gonna have to toggle how many are available on the store. But yeah, got absolutely cleaned out, which is wicked. So it just goes to show, like with next year, I'm gonna do a bit more of a strategy around these race days. The TikTok post I did that got loads of traction was just asking people to post their bib number and what they were running in aid of. And it's just gone absolutely ballistic, so yeah. Great little tactic there. And Old Rust lands this weekend. So the Early Supporters Club have been ordering them, they've ordered about 25% of them already. I made a pre-order page that's only available to them, and then I released it to the newsletter, and they've ordered a bunch as well. So I'll have to do something creative to release it next week to the public. But what I'm really keen to do is just get quite a bit of UGC content from everyone that's already bought one, the existing customers, so they can do a few posts, build a bit of a buzz, and then maybe 5 days later do a proper public release. So that's the plan anyway. And did you know that 60,000 people are going to be running the London Marathon on Sunday? The Bath Half had about 12,000 and spotted quite a few customers. I think it's going to be a different kettle of fish on Sunday, so I might not spot any, but it'd be good to have a go, and looking forward to just being around the race day vibes, to be honest. It's always a really good day. Well, around any race. I've never actually been to the London Marathon, so it's the first time. There's tube strikes, all that good stuff, so could be absolute carnage on the day, but looking forward to getting around it and then jumping into a pub and having a pint afterwards. That'd be nice. Just soaking up some of the good vibes. I think next year I'll enter it. Why not? I was thinking about making a video earlier in the week about like the advantages of being a small business. We don't have the same marketing budgets as the big players, but there's things you can do to really set yourself apart. And I think being in London this weekend and getting a lot of people traveling down here and realizing it's going to be really sunny, they've all been messaging me on TikTok and Instagram saying things like, you know, can you deliver a cap to the hotel I'm staying in? I'm traveling down from Manchester tomorrow and like need it really urgently. And yeah, you just go the extra mile to get it in their hands. There was a message earlier in the week as well where one of my good customers, Luke, actually, he's bought every colour so far. He just dropped me a message saying, you know, you don't get this kind of service with the big businesses. And I'd made sure he got his green cap actually before the London Marathon. He just asked if he could have it next day. So I think we forget that customer service can be like one of your greatest powers in marketing, really. If you're available, responsive, and just go the extra mile, it's so powerful. So yeah, anyway. And it begs the question of like what customers' motivations are sometimes. So some people are motivated by convenience. They'll be happy to pay, you know, 40 quid knowing that I'll deliver the next day and they can speak to me directly. Some people are motivated by quality, and some people are motivated by price. And if that's what you're motivated by, then that's absolutely fine. You know, there's plenty of places that you can grab a cap for 18 to 20 quid. And I actually had someone comment on a video saying that £40 was an absolutely crazy price point, but I think if they knew what the margins were and like how each little piece of software, packaging, postage, all that sort of stuff like eats into the margin, then they would probably understand. But you know, the big players can order 10,000 caps at a time and operate at a very small margin, which I'd like to think most people understand, but not everyone does, to be honest. I often think it's the difference between a farm shop and a supermarket. Like, yeah, farm shop's way more expensive, but they're not operating at the smallest margin possible. It's funny though with these like I say viral, it wasn't really viral. The TikTok that got just like thousands and thousands of views. Okay, a lot of people have missed the point that I wasn't doing a giveaway, but picked up loads of followers, picked up quite a few sales as well. But it's just interesting seeing the difference between the platforms. Maybe the attention span's lower on TikTok, who knows? But you find people on YouTube, very intelligent folk. And like funny little interactions happen, you know? So I did a video the other day, you know, just trying to get a few more sales ahead of the race. And I'll put it backwards because you can see my face. One lady commented, "If you're going to keep the sun out of your face, why don't you make the peak longer?" Which in theory is a completely reasonable statement, but where does that end? I mean, I think it's long enough. Start looking ridiculous if it was any longer. It'd be all flappy. And if you are doing the London Marathon, best of luck. I hope you have the best day. And what a privilege to be doing the race. Drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe.